Hello, everyone. It's Jeanette Martin, brand ambassador for myself. Here with a Where in the World Is, a W5 story session. And today I have, I often say collaboration, community, and connection. So this person, I would say, covers just about all of those three C's of me. So without further ado, who are you?
Well, good afternoon. I'm Bev. It's a pleasure to meet you today on Zoom. It's wonderful. I am a community do-gooder. That's who I am.
So are you a mom or where? Yeah, are any of those things?
A fur mom.
Oh, a fur mom. Oh, a fur baby mom. I hope to be one of those one day. So in your roles as being a community person, what do you do in that role?
Well, we don't have enough time, but the Reader's Digest version is I'm an organizational volunteer, a charitable nonprofit. Just there are so many different roles that I play as a volunteer, and I just took on a new volunteer position recently. So that's what I do. I do a lot of volunteer work, not just the community, not just for companies, but for a lot of different causes.
Are you allowed to tell us who that's with? Your new venture?
Oh, well, actually, yeah. The Wally Downtown Improvement Association. They've been around quite a while. However, I only got involved going to the meetings, I guess, during COVID. And what's wonderful is there are developers that attend, MLAs that attend, the RCMP attend, residents of the area attend, and people from the Downtown Business Improvement Association attend. So there's a wide variety of different people. It's actually wonderful. It's nice to know about new developments that are going up. It's nice to know about what the city, new initiatives that the city has. So that's neat. That's neat. Being
Wow.
a Surrey resident myself, I'm very much for the community here.
Well, that was one of my next questions that you just answered. So, where do you do what you do, and where is Wally for people that are watching us right now?
Wally is City Surrey Center, right downtown Surrey, right near City Hall, the new City Hall. And so it's considered a historic area. And there's a lot of businesses that have been around for like 60 years. And there's a restaurant called the Roundup Cafe that's been around for 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Great food.
You know what? I didn't know that Wally was a historic area. I learn something new all the time when I do these W5 stories.
And actually, it's going to be a lot of building is in process. There's a developer called Sharon Sethi, the 10-Gear Group, and they're building cities within cities.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was what they called the old Flamingo Hotel. Well, that was torn down, and they're going to be making an unbelievable area, residential, commercial, atriums, all you name it, arts. Yeah. And then across the street, he's building another center with atriums and a bridge. And I saw the artwork for it just the other day, and it's just mind-blowing.
Wow. So that leads me to, when did you decide to get involved with all these different community organizations?
Oh my goodness, it's funny. I thought about it, and I would say Probably when I was on the board for the Credit Institute of Canada. I was president of the BC chapter, and I was, till I got up to that position, I was a coordinator of sorts, and I worked all the way up through the board, and I did just about uh, every position, whether it was membership, VP, and on and on and on. And I did that for over 10 years.
Wow.
And I found it because gratifying, of course, but it was so great that you were able to help future students, existing students, the alumni, because back when I did that, it was not the age of technology like it is today. There was no internet. There were no personal computers, desktop computers. The only one around basically at the time, I guess, was Apple. And not everybody had one. So the main communication was telephone and fax. But it was great just working all those years. And so it led me to the famous thing today, networking. So I started networking back then, and there were hundreds of people that came once a month for dinner. And not only did you get to network, but you got to see different communities, whether it was Vancouver, Burnaby, the North Shore, and you got to mix and mingle with them and see what they were doing and what organizations, nonprofits. And as time went on, I got very involved in with the credit industry and got involved in, there's a company, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, they do credit scores called Equifax.
Yep. Oh.
Well, the company prior to them was called Creditel, and we used to have meetings all the time. And then we used to put on a yearly golf tournament. That's the other thing I do. I do fundraising mostly for golf tournaments. So going through all of, I guess, the different golf tournaments and things, then you got to meet more people. And all of a sudden you get to see what other people are doing volunteer wise, all the different type of fundraising that went on. And all of a sudden my eyes got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I went, fundraising, that is it. And organizing events. I've been organizing events for, I guess we can say 4 decades now, and doing them. And yeah, wow. Because you're making me go back in time. And it was not just rewarding, but it was fun. And you got to see people smiling. You saw happy people. And when you go out on the golf course, you say, hi, how are you? It didn't matter what they did on the course. Hi, how are you? What's new with you? What are you doing? And all our business from that day forward was on the golf course. I had to learn how to golf.
Wow.
I did not know the first thing about golf. I went out, I had to buy golf clubs, golf shoes, and everything, got outfitted. Eventually, I became a really good golfer. And that's my love. I just love golf, everything to do with golf.
So I would almost have to lead that into, then what's your why? To kind of wrap this up, I always like to end up with, what's your why in life, Beverley?
My why, it goes to the fundraising. It really does. And developing relationships. And the fundraising came, not going to believe this one, but many years ago, many years ago, ladies used to go out and fundraise, knocking door to door with a tin can for the Canadian Cancer Society. My mother used to do that with all her friends, and they used to gather around, go together door to door, and they were happy and smiling, and they were do-gooders. So the tradition carried on. And when we used to go out for Halloween, we used to shell out for UNICEF, besides your trick or treat. And we used to, full of pennies, dimes, whatever. So that's why is developed more strategically today because when I look at developing relationships and fundraising and getting sponsorships, it's like you get to know people really well, and you know who you trust and all, and it just, you give back, they give back, and it's just so gratifying. It really is. It's so good for the soul. And I don't know any other way, to be quite honest. I've been doing it, as I said, for so long that it's natural. And I'm also director on the Burns Bog Conservation Foundation board. So I was brought on there, and I was only going to do a little bit of work for them, like do their golf tournament. And needless to say, I stayed on and I continue on because I used to actually work for Burns Bog Conservation Society as their operation and development manager or director of operations, whatever. And I used to, I did their 25th gala, anniversary gala. And that was really something, getting all the auction prizes, getting sponsorships, getting media sponsorships. And oh boy, was that ever, that was an experience, all right. And so I continue to do that. And okay, and I did golf tournaments for, there were, this is the big why. Many years ago, there were a bunch of gals that got together and developed a golf tournament. And it was a non-celebrity, but it was in a lady's name. And they switched it over to raising money for a charity for cancer breast research. And so I was asked to come on and help them organize. And I said, well, I really don't know if I have the time. You know, I made every excuse in the book, and they said, Bev, just come to one meeting. Just come to one meeting and then decide. Well, that one meeting turned into quite a few years, and we raised in 3 years $24,000. There's
Wow.
yeah, that was, women are so generous. They,
We
you
are.
know,
We definitely, yeah, we definitely are. So we're going to end it there because I want people to reach out to you, Beverley, to continue to learn about your story, because you are a fun person. You are an incredibly caring person, and you really take care of your network and the people around you. So I am honored to have you as a connection, part of my community. And one day we're going to collaborate on something to do with fundraising. I just know in the future. So thank you so much for your time today. And I learned some deeper things about you and your W5 story. So stay tuned for next Monday. There'll be another edition of Where in the World Is a W5 Story with somebody that is a connection, a collaboration partner, or somebody that is in my community. So enjoy your day. Make sure you reach out to Beverley, because she is someone you definitely want to have in your Rolodex in your life. So enjoy the day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.
thank you, Jeanette. Thank you. Thank you.